really have no idea what to do for a cold opening for this video, so I'm just gonna start off by saying one of my favorite things about this movie. The Yoken guy. He is one of my all-time favorite Disney characters. Every time he comes on in this movie, I just get so excited.
Big summer blowout. Half-off swimming suits, clogs, and a sunbalm of my own invention. Yeah?
Goddamn, I just love this guy. He's just so likable. Where's his 22-minute special in front of a Pixar movie?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Summer in the city of Arendelle. It couldn't be warmer. It couldn't be sunnier. But that's about to change. Forever.
Arendelle.
It's completely frozen.
Cold, 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 cold.
A real howler in July, yeah?
Frozen was released in 2013, and it was, no way, no fucking way this movie's 11 years old. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Well, that's depressing. But anyway, I guess, for the two of you who don't know Frozen, it follows fearless optimist Anna as she teams up with rugged mountain man Kristoff and his loyal reindeer Sven in an epic journey to find Anna's sister Elsa, whose icy powers have trapped the kingdom of Arendelle in an eternal winter. Oh, and also there's like this talking snowman that you may know named Olaf. He likes warm hugs. Like seriously, if you don't know Frozen, where the hell have you been? A coma? Well, I recently did a watching and talking on Frozen 2, so I decided that since I'm doing all these Christmas reviews, why not talk about the first Frozen? And yes, I'm fully aware that this technically isn't an actual Christmas movie, but for the sake of this review, we're just gonna say it's Christmassy enough. There's a freaking talking snowman, a reindeer, and everything is covered in snow throughout the movie. Get over yourself if you're complaining right now. So when it comes to my history with this movie, I grew up on it. When it was released in November of 2013, no one was prepared for the amount of popularity that this movie was about to get. It was everywhere. For a year or two, you couldn't go a day without hearing the songs on the radio, you couldn't walk down a toy aisle without seeing a toy from the movie, and most importantly, you couldn't avoid it no matter how hard you tried. And yeah, I'll admit it, I loved this movie as a kid, and I watched it so many goddamn times. And yeah, I know, it's technically the girly movie that other girls were watching, ew, girls, cooties and all that. But you know what? I didn't care because this was a legit damn good movie. And I know I've said this before, but I don't judge a movie by demographic and age or gender. If a movie's legit really good, I will commit to my opinion. But just like everyone who had any kind of relationship with this movie, I turned on it rather quickly because it was so overplayed. I don't know what happened, but everyone just started dogpiling on this movie at some point. For a while, parents hated it, Disney fans hated it, even kids got sick and tired of it. Hell, it got so bad that once Frozen 2 hit theaters, people who were not me immediately said that it was 10 times better than the original ever was. And as we just witnessed with the watching and talking video, that's obviously bullshit.
Turtles can breathe through their butts?
I mean, have your own opinion, man, but come on, it's not that good. But it's been over a decade since Frozen first hit the silver screen, and I haven't seen it since Frozen 2 was first coming out, so I was actually excited to see whether or not this movie still holds up or not. Which actually raises a good question. Was Frozen ever a good movie, or was it just overrated this entire time and people just blew it out of proportion for some reason? Well guys, I'm gonna be honest. After just rewatching this movie after not having seen it for 5 years, I don't know how you guys are gonna take this. Frozen is honestly kind of a perfect movie when you think about it. Doesn't mean that's one of my top 10 favorite animated movies of all time. I don't know if I'd say that, but I will say that this is a movie that not only still works to this day, but I'm not gonna lie, I got kind of a nostalgia kick rewatching it again. This is one of those movies that, after all these years, I still have a huge soft spot for, and that's mostly because it's just a great, lighthearted film that hits all the right notes perfectly. Right when it starts, you immediately get hooked into it because of the relationship with the two sisters, Anna and Elsa. We see them start off as best friends who just love playing with each other in the snow. Oh, and by the way, for the one person who doesn't know, Elsa has snow powers. I feel stupid saying some of this. You already know half of what I'm going to say. But after an accident involving Elsa striking Anna, they slowly drift apart and they both need to keep the other safe in some way. And as the years go on, they drift further and further apart, with Anna completely oblivious to what's going on. Oh, and I guess I kind of gotta mention this. So once Elsa struck Anna with her ice powers in the head, wasted, they had to take Anna to these rock trolls to, like, save her and whatnot. And by doing that, via some magic, they had to remove Anna's memory of Elsa ever having powers, but they still have the memories of them playing together. And since Anna has no idea what happened, but she still has all these memories, it can legit be kind of heartbreaking watching the two girls drift apart. There is a lot of heart to their relationship, and it really is the emotional core of the picture, and it's probably my favorite aspect about it. Also, you're telling me that Elsa spent most of her childhood in her bedroom and never once went fucking loco? I call bullshit. And maybe it's because I just rewatched Frozen 2, and that movie had a heavier focus on Elsa, but she's not in this movie as much as I remember. Don't get me wrong, she's in it for as much as she needs to be, but there are gaps where she just disappears, but at the same time, it makes sense because this is actually more of Anna's story and the journey that she has to go on to find Elsa, which is why it also makes sense that in Frozen 2, Elsa is the main character and we focus on her journey. After rewatching Frozen 2 and not being a fan of Olaf in that movie, I was so afraid that he wasn't going to be what I remember him being like in this movie. But to my surprise, he's just as funny as I remember him being, and I laughed at almost every stupid little joke he made. I mean, come on, how can you not laugh at his little song about being a snowman in summer?
Winter's a good time to stay in and cuddle, but put me in summer and I'll be a... Happy Snowman!
I can see this character getting on some people's nerves, but he really didn't bother me until the second movie. And speaking of Olaf's song, we can't talk about Frozen without talking about the musical numbers. The memorable, catchy, overplayed, overused, ear-grating songs. Be honest, if you watch this movie as many times as I did as a kid, these songs are engulfed into your memory until the day you friggin' die. You hear any of them once or twice, they will never leave your subconscious. You name it.
Do you wanna build a snowman?
For the first time in forever,
In summer!
love is an open door.
We've all heard them, we all know them, and we've never forgot them. Hell, you even remember ones that no one remembers, like Fixer Upper, that reindeer song, or even Frozen Heart. And I'll be the first to say it, Frozen Heart is the most underrated song in the movie. It should not be as good as it is.
O'er the cold and winter air and mountain rain comes whining. This icy force both foul and fair has a frozen heart worth finding.
But in my honest opinion, I still think the songs are all legit good, and they won't be forgotten anytime soon. And this isn't a years later Frozen review without talking about the infamous Let It Go.
Let it go, let it go. I am one with the wind and sky.
Even if you've somehow never seen Frozen, you know this song by heart. I said that this movie was everywhere for years, and while it eventually died off, this song is still on repeat to this freaking day. If you have kids, especially daughters, there probably isn't a moment that goes by where this song isn't blaring on your phone, your radio, or whatever you have that plays music.
Turn away and slam the door.
I'm pretty positive that the number one thing that made people turn on this movie was this song. You could not escape it. Even when I was rewatching this movie for this review, there was just a little bit of dread that came into me once I knew this song was about to start playing. But after all these years, is there anything positive that I could really say about this song? I mean, if you were to take out the fact that this song is overplayed and kind of a nuisance at this point, I'd say that it's a legit damn good song. And it's one of the few songs from the movie that you can listen to on its own without any context. Also, if you were to ask me if I'd rather listen to this or Baby Shark on repeat, I'm gonna pick this, because at least it's sung by someone who can actually freaking sing.
Let it go, when I rise like the break of dawn.
Also, I guess when we're on the topic, Idina Menzel has a beautiful singing voice, and I can listen to her sing all day. I honestly think her best singing comes during the reprise of First Time in Forever. I mean, just listen to it.
'Cause for the first time in forever, I'm such a fool, I can't be free. To be afraid. No escape from the storm inside. We can work of this out together. I can't control the curse.
Beautiful, man, it's just beautiful. Also, next to Frozen Heart, that's the most underrated song in the movie.
Can change the
Now as for my only nitpick with the movie, oh yeah, I guess I kind of forgot to mention, this is a spoiler review, so if you are literally the one person who has not seen Frozen, you've been warned. But as my only nitpick, and maybe it's just because I'm older now and I can pick up on this more easily, I found it way too obvious that Hans was going to turn out to be the bad guy. I mean, of course I knew this going in, but watching everything play out to the inevitable big reveal at the end, I found it so freaking predictable. So I know that they established that Anna is pretty naive when it comes to love in the beginning, but I'm pretty sure that anyone with a brain can see that he's bad news. First off, the big thing is that he asked Anna to marry him the first day that they freaking met. Automatic red flag right there. Second, it's just the way that he acts and some of the choices he makes that show that he's up to something. And I know, the movie portrays him as a sweet, flawless, nice guy, but you can't fool me, I see right through you, motherfucker. And yeah, even when they get to the big reveal that he's the bad guy, I was still like, ooh, you got me, ooh, you bitch. And I know that some people might bring up the fact that he was a twist villain and that Disney was known for doing that for a while, but you also gotta remember that Hans was one of the first of them, right next to King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph. But hey, in the end, it doesn't matter because, oh my god, he's so cute, which means he can't do anything wrong. Except nearly kill you and your sister and take over your whole kingdom. You little idiot. But still, oh my god! But in the end, Frozen still holds up very well, and it's definitely a movie that won't be forgotten anytime soon. If you haven't seen it in a while, then I highly recommend you give it a rewatch because, depends on what you thought about it at first, it's just as good or even better than you remember. Is this movie overplayed? Yes, but there's obviously a good reason for it. It has great songs, unforgettable characters, it's beautifully animated, and it's got such a great story that I think anyone can relate to. In a day and age where we see less Disney fairy tales in animation form, I'm at least glad that one like Frozen made the cultural impact that it did, and it's definitely one that I'll be checking out many more times in the future. Especially if I have kids one day, because what kid doesn't love this movie? I'm gonna give Frozen a very high A. I also just gotta bring this up. Do you guys remember the trailers for this movie being such friggin' bullshit? Like, they did not advertise the movie good at all. Because we had that one teaser of Olaf and Sven fighting over the carrot, and then the next trailer kind of projected Elsa to be the villain, and she wasn't. And I was like, yeah, they kind of falsely advertised this movie in some areas. I'll also make a deal with you guys. So this video is being recorded a few weeks before the Frozen 2 video is even out. So, I'll make a deal with you. If this video and my Frozen 2 watching and talking do really damn good, I will also review Olaf's Frozen Adventure, because I think that's like the last Frozen thing I have to talk about. Oh wait, there is Frozen Fever, isn't there? I'm not talking about that! Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell, and while you're at it, go follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Trev's Movies, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever holiday you celebrate this time of year. I hope you have a very happy, merry one of those, and I'll be back later with more reviews, and I'll see you then.
You want to build a snowman?
Yes! But I can't.